Alright, hello. I'm assuming this is live. Just kind of in the mood to open more I Am Champion packs tonight before bed. So that's what we're going to be doing. Just trying to find a place to put my mouse, which is kind of in the way. Alright. So I'm not going to get into the whole big spiel about how to play, like, you know, I have a couple of videos on I Am Champion at this point. The basics are pretty much, it's a game that you can play solo or against other people. I like it a lot because you can play solo and do stuff like this, like battle yourself while opening packs against my quote-unquote opponent. So it's just really for fun. I think the way I'm going to approach it tonight is I'm going to cut the first pack, take the first 5 cards from the pack. I will try different things. We'll try out different rulings and see how it feels. Maybe the first pack will actually do 10v10. Let's see how that feels. So, this will be my pack, and this will be my opponent's pack. Got some music going in the background, so that way don't gotta do non-stop commentary. Make it a bit more relaxing for people to listen to. Some retro wave songs in the background. So what I'm going to do is we're going to open this, but I'm going to shuffle it. So we're going to do something like this. Because the rarities I have noticed are shuffled in such a way that can make what is coming predictable. So if we do it like this, it means that the really rare cards won't always go up against the really rare cards, so forth and so on. Alright, so this will be my deck, and this will be my opponent's deck. Not sure how many of these battles we'll go through. But since I'm not making this a, a traditional YouTube video, it'll kind of let me go at my own pace. Don't gotta worry about rushing for the sake of making a video time limit. Now I have this stream on low latency, and I'm seeing on your guys' end that I haven't even opened the packs yet, so if any of you type something in chat, I don't know if that means it's going to take me a while to see it or what. Let me see if I can actually knock this down to ultra low latency, because that looks a little far behind. Unless I am just behind. Oh, you know what? I was 30 seconds behind, never mind. Still getting used to this YouTube streaming software. Okay, we'll do one more shuffle on these. I like to shuffle this way because these aren't sleeved, and I feel like this is the best way to not damage the cards. Alright. Opponent's deck here. My deck here. Let's see what the first battle is. Snuggles versus Gromgar. So my Snuggles, a 1, 2, or 3 is rolled, add +4 to my attack. My attack here is the 3, my defense is the 2. Gromgar, add number rolled to attack. If an odd number is rolled, double that number. Also, if any of you are hanging out and you notice me make a mistake on math or any of this stuff, or I forget something, just call it out, but it's no big deal. Alright, so let's do my roll first. 1, 2, or 3 is rolled, add +4 to my attack. I got a 6, so that means nothing is added. Gromgar, add number rolled to attack if an odd number is rolled. Okay, so we rolled a 4, which means that he is a 6-4. I am a 3-2. He destroys me. So I will put my graveyard here. Guess I'll put it face down. I don't know how I'm gonna differentiate this. And revive pod. Oh, where am I gonna put the revive pod? Put the revive pod here. Alright, next battle. Mock Defender. I keep thinking we gotta put it this way. Mock Defender. Add number rolled to your defense, so he's a 2-4. Pretty good card. Asterion. If a 6 is rolled, you win. If a 1 is rolled, you lose. Alright, let's see. Alright, so I add a 4 to my defense, becoming a 2-8. Asterion is looking for that 6 roll. He gets a 3. So that means this has no interaction. He doesn't add the 3 to his attack or anything. So a 2-8 versus a 4-6. He brings me down the 4 defense. I bring him down the 4 defense. That means that we are rolling. I roll the 3. My colors are the blue, and his are the yellow and orange. Are the dice colors I use for the opponent. So that means I win by 1 point of damage. That was a close one. So, revive pod here. And into the graveyard for him. Alright, tie it up 1-1. Oh, nice. I needed a Sepulcher. Did not have this one yet. Void rare. This is a great card. I'm excited for this one. So, Sepulcher. Pick a champion from your graveyard and place them into your revive card. This ability can only be used once. And I love his little flavor text down here. The flavor text actually says, "The dead will walk the earth," which is actually a reference to Dawn of the Dead. So considering I have 1 card in my graveyard right now, let me move this a little bit more this way. Actually, this might be the better way of displaying. Let's move this out of the way. Do graveyard there. Revive pod off to the side. Get a little format going here. Alright, so I only have 1 card in my graveyard, which means that we take Snuggles and put him into my revive pod. Catatonic, though. He uses the opponent's ability as their own. Oh my goodness. Which means that he copies Sepulcher's ability and also adds Asterion back into the revive pod. Amazing. Alright, he is a 6-6. Copycat is a 2-3. This is just an automatic Sepulcher does win by defeating Catatonic, because those stats are just a little too good to even take on each other. Ooh, our first galactic rare, also known as hollow rare. It is a common. I did not have a foil of this card, so that's nice. Mandalok, I get to choose if I want to go for a odd number to add to my attack, or add number to my attack, sorry, any number, it doesn't have to be odd, any number to my attack or my defense. And Octopod here, if an odd number is rolled, add +3 to your attack. If an even number is rolled, add +1 to your defense. So I think I'm actually going to go for the attack on Mandalok to try and pierce through any kind of defense that Octopod might have. So I add a 5 to my attack, becoming 9-4, and Octopod rolls a 4, which is not an odd number, which means he adds 1 to his defense, so he is a 4-3. I am an 8-4, meaning that, right, 8 brings him to -5, and then me down to, yeah, we obviously win. So this goes in my revive pod, and I'm going to sleeve him up, since this is a foil, which are not the most common things to get from packs. Oh, I did forget about, you know what, I guess because I forgot, I was going to do a house rule where if a card is a hologram, or holographic card, that I would automatically add +1/+1 to its stats. We'll have to do that for the future ones. We got Shadowfang versus Sam. Add number rolled to your attack for Shadowfang. If a 6 is rolled, your opponent is poisoned, you win. If a 1 is rolled, you lose. And Sam, if he rolls anything but a 1, essentially, you add +1 to your attack. Hey, what's up, Joe? Alright, so let's start with Shadowfang. He rolls a 3, so he is now a 6-5. Sam rolls a 2, which means that he adds 1 to his attack. So it is a 5-3 up against a 6-5. Shadowfang easily wins. It's looking pretty good for me so far. But anything can happen. Oh my goodness. Speaking of anything can happen. Goo Worm, we got a Void Rare. Fisheye. Add number rolled to your attack. If a 1 is rolled, you miss. And Goo Worm, if an even number is rolled, you absorb your opponent's dice roll and add it to your own attack. If a 6 is rolled, you swallow your opponent and win. Great card. I actually had to get clarification on this, but essentially, if Goo Worm rolls an even number, whatever I roll does not apply to Fisheye. Absorb, in my mind, is kind of what I suspected, where it just negates my dice roll, essentially. So, pretty powerful. I roll a 2. We do not roll an odd number, so that means we essentially just don't add anything. Oh, add number roll to your attack. So 2, meaning become a 6/5. However, this also does kind of help balance Goo Worm, who would absorb my attack if he rolls even, which he does, of course. If an even number is rolled, you absorb your opponent's dice roll and add it to your own attack. Oh, shoot, if a 6 is rolled, you swallow your opponent and win. So we don't even go to the math of this. He just defeats me. Into the graveyard he goes. And into the revive pod goes Goo Worm. Great card. Oh, another foil. And I don't think I had... Did I have a Zara? I think that might be one of the ones that I'm missing, actually. No, I think I had a Zara, but I don't have a foil of it, or a Galactic Rare. Alright, if numbers 1 through 5 are rolled, add 4 to your attack. If a 6 is rolled, your drone betrays you and subtract 2 from your defense. And Vanguard, if a 1 is rolled, reduce your opponent's attack by half. Add number rolled to your defense. Alright, so Zara rolls a 2, which means I add +4 to my attack. So we are now a 6/4, and Vanguard, we did not roll a 1. Add number roll to your defense. So he rolled a 5, so he is a 4/7, 6/4, so he has 1 health left. And, oh wow, actually defeating Zara. Let me make sure I get this math right. +4 to your attack for Zara if a 6 is rolled, yeah. So Zara is only a 6/4. Vanguard had number rolled to your defense. Yep, and he rolled a 5, which gives him 7 defense, which means that Zara is just 1 damage under. If I had the Galactic Rare Hollow rule of buffing the stats, we would have been in business. It's alright though, Zara can come back. Put that in there. And into the revive pod. Alright. Ooh, I needed Gilman. That's one of the cards I was missing. So we got Chicken. Add number rolled to your attack. If Snake Eyes is rolled, lose half of your defense. Also known as definitely never going to happen. Do I still play Pokemon TCG Online? I do not. I tried playing the new iteration of it, and it was way too slow for me. I was playing Marvel Snap at the time, and that was like, you know, breakneck pace. So going from that to Pokemon was really hard for me to do. And I don't know what what people play in that anymore. I don't really play Pokemon, so it was a lot to take in. And Gilman, something grabs your opponent from the deep. If a 4, 5, or 6 is rolled, add +4 to your attack. Alright, so let's do Chicken first. Oh man, that was almost double Snake Eye. Alright, so we rolled 2 2s, which is unfortunate, which means we only get +4 to attack, so we are a 6/6. Gilman rolls a 5, so that means he adds 4 to his attack, so he is an 8/3, which means that we are at -2, and he is at -3, because it was a 6/6 versus a 8/3, so that was a close one. Great, I am down to 2 cards, my opponent is down to 2 cards. Then we're going to shuffle our revive pods and see who wins. Alright, so we got my Gajora up against Bamboozle. Add the defense of the top card of your graveyard to your defense. Ooh. It's a great little ability. I actually kind of underestimated this card. I summon power from the dead is his flavor text. So our top card from the graveyard is Zara, which is a 4 defense, so that means that Gajora is now a 4/8. Bamboozle says add number rolled to your attack. If a 6 is rolled, bamboozle your opponent into the void, you win. He rolls a 1. Unfortunate for Bamboozle. 4-3 versus 4-8. That means that we easily win here. Alright, final battle. We got a Dysmorphio versus Octopod. Dysmorphio says your opponent becomes very uncomfortable. They must re-roll and use the lower number as their roll. Octopod says if an odd number is rolled, add +3 to your attack. If an even number is rolled, add +1 to your defense. Alright, so we're going to do 2 rolls here for Octopod. A 6, perfect. They must re-roll, and they get a 2, so Dysmorphio knocking Octopod down to a 2 roll. It is not an odd number, which means we are adding 1 to our defense, so Octopod is a 4-3. Dysmorphio is a 4-2. And that's it. Dysmorphio just does not have enough defense, so he is gone to the graveyard. Octopod wins that. So now what we get to do is shuffle our revive pod. I didn't do this in the video I made for this pack battle. So we're gonna play this out as intended. We're gonna take our time with these packs since we're doing a stream. I would like Slay the Spire. I'm sure I would. I have no intention of playing it though. No intention. Alright. We have Shadowfang up against Vanguard. Odd number roll to your attack. Alright, so let's see. Let's roll Shadowfang first. Gets a 3. So, a 6-5 Vanguard. If a 1 is rolled, reduce your opponent's attack by half. Add number roll to your defense. 6-5 versus a 4-4. Easy victory for Shadowfang. Forgetting the order I had these in. Like this. Making sure I'm getting this right. Kind of a lot to juggle here. My opponent gets the Goo Worm. Add defense of your graveyard card to your defense. Unfortunately, it's Dysmorphia, which means we're only a 4-6. Goo Worm, if an even number is rolled, you absorb your opponent's dice roll and add it to your own attack. Oh, this is actually a typo on Goo Worm. He's missing the dice symbol here to show that he needs to roll a dice here. He rolls a 1. So essentially he's just a 6-5 versus a 4-6. So yes, he defeats me. Chicken versus Octopod. Also, I think this is a good way to familiarize myself better with the card abilities, because by repetitively having to play the same cards over and over from the revive pod, like I know now what Chicken does. Roll 2 dice. I don't even have to read it. Roll 2 dice, add to my attack. If a Snake Eyes is rolled, double Snake Eyes, then I lose half my defense. Alright, so the more I do this, the more familiar I'll get with the cards without having to always read them. Oh yeah, it's my second stream on this channel. These are secret little streams. Only people that are subscribed to this channel will really know about it. So that's your reward for being subscribed to my TCG channel. You will catch secret little streams like this one. Ooh, man. 5-5-10. So he is a 12-6. We don't even have to roll for Octopod, honestly. He's just dead. Alright. The comeback starts to begin. Mock Defender up against Asterion. Add number rolled to my defense for Mock Defender. It went off screen, but it did roll a 6. So that means he is a 2-10 versus... He can't roll a 6, otherwise I lose. He rolls a 3. So, let's see here. So, 2-10 versus a 4-6. So he would knock me down to a 6 defense, and I would knock him down to a 4 defense, so that means we still have to go here. So 6. I'm actually going to do this so I don't lose track of the math. 6 and 4 HP. And then we roll here. Alright. This knocks him down to a 2. And me down to a 5. Now the rules here, I think after you do this second roll, would be that you go into like a random roll off. I actually like the rules better where you just keep rolling to whittle HP down. I'm not actually sure on the official like process for this, but I actually prefer to keep like a running HP total that you slowly whittle down. And as you can see, this definitely makes for a more intense battle. Alright, here we go. 3 and 3. So he gets me down to 1 HP. Man, what a victory. I like that way more. That's a lot of fun. So, winning pile, graveyard. This is my opponent's last card before their goo worm comes back from the revive pod. Snuggles versus Gromgar. Oh, hey, they return to face each other again. If a 1, 2, or 3 is rolled, add +4 to my attack. He gets nothing. Gromgar, add number rolled to your attack. Add, if an odd number is rolled, double that number. Ooh, that's actually quite good. Add number rolled to your attack, so he is a 4/4. He is a 3/2. Yeah, Snuggles is defeated. Alright. So my opponent now has 2 cards in the revive pod. I still have my 2 cards here in the revive pod, which means we got to probably shuffle these. I'm actually gonna look away and try and lose track of where that goo worm is. Alright. And then my 2 cards, which I don't even remember what these are. It's coming down to the wire. Oh man. Well, so here's the thing with Sepulture. He can only use his revive once per game. So he is a vanilla 6/6 right now. He cannot revive again. Goo Worm, however... So here's the thing. Sepulture stat-wise would defeat Goo Worm because he's a 6/6 versus a 6/5. So by default, I would win by setting him into negative, 0 HP. Actually, hold on. No, the way that this works, now that I remember the official rulings on this, if I remember correctly, you can't go into negative HP, or was it negative attack? No, yeah, you can go into negative defense to defeat. It's just the attack that you can't reduce. So in other words, I can't reduce someone's attack to like -2. But this would defeat him by 1. Alright, so the absorbing of the dice roll does nothing because I don't have a dice roll, but if Goo Worm rolls a 6 here, he defeats me, which would be huge. He rolls a 1. So that means Goo Worm is defeated. Sepulture goes into the revive pod. I have 4 cards in the revive pod. So this is my opponent's last card, and it is not looking good for them. I'm going to go for a defense roll here, honestly. I want to just try and survive, so we're going to add this roll to my defense. So I'm a 4/7, and Gromgar is adding what is rolled to his attack. If an odd number is rolled, double it. So he is a 6/4, and I have 7 defense, so that defense roll was definitely one of the right calls, because I won because of that. And there we go. Hopefully I got all this math right. I think I did. It's a little late. So that was a nice, victorious solo pack battle with 5 champions in the revive pod. Sepulture definitely being a big game changer in that with the free summon, which was copied by my opponent. Alright. See, look how long we can draw that out. How long was that? That was like a 20-minute pack battle. Look how much value you can get if you open your packs this way for I Am Champion. Take my 2 foils. I just realized, wow, yeah, foil in each of those 2 packs. That was good. I'm going to keep track of my foils, put them over here to the side. Put these cards here. Alright, let's do the next one. This one, though, I'm going to remember the rules. If there is a hollow card, Galactic Rare, as they call them, rebuffing the stats of the card by +1/+1. this first pack I'm opening on the left. Unfortunately, I did get a sneak peek at one of the cards. But it's a good one. We're still going to shuffle it, though. That is my deck. And then this will be my opponent's deck. Trying to open it so I don't spoil potential opponents. Alright. Shuffle this up. Alright. Let's see if we can take another victory. First up, Vector versus Grime. Vector says, zap your opponent with your ray gun. If an odd number is rolled, double your attack. If an even number is rolled, triple your attack. Very good card. And Grime, he beats down his enemy into the pit. If an odd number is rolled, add +4 to your attack. If an even number is rolled, add +1 to your attack. Alright, so let's do this Vector first. We're looking for an even number. We get a 5, so unfortunately we just add it to... Well, oh, sorry, if odd number is rolled, add double your attack. So he is now a 6/4. And Grime, if an odd number is rolled, add +4 to your attack. He rolls a 6. If an even number is rolled, add +1. So he is a 4/5 versus a 6/4, right? Yes. So bringing him down to a -1 and me down to a 4. So we win by 1 HP. Let's do Revive Pod here. Graveyard here. Ooh, interesting. So Scabs makes us go straight into the melee mode, and he gets +1 to his roll. So that means we don't even look at abilities here, we just roll off. So he has 4 defense, I have 4 defense, but he gets +1 to whatever he rolls. So he rolls a 6, which means that this is an easy victory for him. It's essentially... oh, sorry, his attack is 1. So, oh, hold on, let me make sure I get this right. Go straight to melee mode, Scabs get +1 to his roll. So melee mode is... I always get this mixed up. I think that's when you're just rolling, you're doing a roll-off. Right, so he essentially rolled a 7, and I rolled a 2, so he wins. Gajora and Gridlock. And the defense of your top card of your graveyard. 4 defense, so 4/8. And add number rolled to your attack for Gridlock. So he is a 6/2 versus a 4/8. Means that we win easily. Chewy versus Cosmic Boar. Chewy, add half of your opponent's defense to your own, which is always rounded up, so that means that we are adding 3 defense, so we're at 2/5. And Cosmic Boar, add number rolled to your attack. If a 6 is rolled, your opponent is swallowed, and you win 3. So it is a 6/5 versus a 2/5. So easily the opponent wins. So Revive, Graveyard, TechBot A versus Snuggles. If an odd number is rolled, you learn your opponent's ability. Use that ability as your own. Okay, well we might as well do that roll first. Got an odd number, so now we are using Snuggles' ability. If a 1, 2, or 3 is rolled, add +4 to your attack. So I'm assuming that I re-roll for this, I think. Right, it's not just going to use the roll that I'm using here. Rolled off screen for a 1, so that means I'm adding +4 to my attack, so he is now a 6-3. And Snuggles rolls a 6, which means that he is just a 3-2, so we win. Chicken and Gridlock. Alright, well, we know what to do with Chicken. He gets a 6 and a 1, so 7, so he is a 9-6. Gridlock is rolling to add to his attack. He rolls a 5, so he is a 9-2. Chicken takes that. Ooh. Divine Spectre. Void Rare. So Divine Spectre gains the same attack and defense and ability as your opponent. So he is now a 4-5 with my ability. Add number rolled to your attack. If a 1 is rolled, you miss. So we're both 4-5s. We're both looking to not roll a 1. Oh my goodness. Well, they both rolled a 3. Apparently they're identical twins at this point. So they're both 7-5s. So that means that we are going into melee mode here. I was going to say, if they both rolled the same thing again. So I defeat them by 1. Got that 1 extra roll in Divine Spectre. Which is good, because you definitely don't want to see Divine Spectre sticking around. He pretty much like takes any lopsided battle and makes it even for himself. Oh, there is our Galactic Rare, which means that he gets +1/+1 with my house rules. He's a 3-3. Oh no, how do I play rock, paper, scissors versus myself? What the heck? I feel like I'm going to have to turn rock, paper, scissors in a solo mode. This is my 3rd foil flip-flop, by the way. 2 from Kickstarter and 1 from here. A little unfortunate. I think I'm just going to have to turn rock, paper, scissors into a dice roll. So I guess what we'll do is... How about we make 1 and 2 is rock, 3 and 4 is paper, and 4 and 6 is scissors. Scum Pilot, but if it says play rock, paper, scissors, whoever wins goes to the revive pod, whoever loses goes to the graveyard. So I feel like that takes precedence, right? But let's just read Scum Pilot. Opponent's attack and add your opponent's attack and defense stats before ability to your own. If your opponent has flying, they do not have an advantage. Yeah, so this is what we're gonna have to do. Alright, so I said 3 to 4 is paper. And I said 1 through 2 is rock, so that means we win the rock, paper, scissors battle. I think that's the most elegant way of dealing with flip-flop in this instance. So it says, whoever wins goes to the revive pod. So let's put him in the revive pod. And the opponent goes to, it said graveyard, right? Yep. Oh, that was interesting. Fierce Jelly versus Borlac. So let's see what my Fierce Jelly does here. If your opponent has 2 dice roll, they may only use 1 to attack, and Borlac does not have 2 dice roll. It says if a 1 or 2 is rolled, your blade breaks, subtract 3 from your attack. If any other numbers rolled, add +3 to your attack. Alright, well, let's just do that out of the way. 6. If any other numbers rolled, add +3 to your attack. Okay. So he is a 9-3. We are easily defeated. Probably didn't even have to do the dice roll, but just to kind of like help you visualize all what's going on here. Alright, final cards before we're shuffling our... And this is the card that I saw by mistake. Spookster. Your opponent's attack is reduced to 1 before they use their ability, so that doesn't do too much for Kalzar, so that's a 1-3. And it says if a 3 is rolled, you disintegrate your opponent and you win. Alright, here we go. He rolled a 6, so easily defeated by Spookster. Spookster, great card, one of my favorites. Alright, so let's shuffle the revive pots. My opponent once again 4 cards, so I am winning at this stage. Now I do have a foil card in here. I'm just going to do my best to kind of like not look at this and not pay attention to where it's getting shuffled. I'm not looking, not really trying to feel where it is. Wherever it ends up is where it ends up. Alright, that's good. Okay, it's on top. I assure you, I'm not trying to cheat that. I'm playing against myself, what does it matter? Alright, here we go. Flip-flop versus chicken, so the first thing we do is we go straight into our rock, paper, scissors. So I said a 3 to 4 is paper and a 1 to 2 is rock. I win once again with the same scenario. So we go to revive pod. He goes into graveyard. Fisheye versus Borlac. Add number rolled to your attack. If a 1 is rolled, you miss. So he is a 8-5 Borlac. If a 1 or 2 is rolled, we roll a 3. So he is a 9-3 and a 8-5. So -5, 9-3, -4. We win by 1 HP. Okay, we go straight into melee mode again. So, oh gosh, why did I not make sure I understood scabs again before doing this? Because I always get mixed up with melee mode and roll-offs. There's like different terminology used. So the way that I think this is supposed to be done is we're just rolling. Like we don't consider any abilities. And he's essentially just 4 defense, and he's a 5 defense, but whatever my roll is like an extra attack. Right, so it would be... So he rolls a 3, but we add +1 to his roll, meaning it's 4, plus his 1 attack, I guess. Man, I can't remember how this is supposed to work. I had to get like clarification on this last time, and I completely forgot. But he gets +1 to his roll anyway. Gosh, why can't I remember this? It's not like it really matters, but I would like to figure this out. I get so confused, so it's like, I forget if I'm supposed to take Scabs' attack into account here, or if it's just straight up, like, rolling to defeat whoever has the higher defense. Yeah, I'm thinking it is just, like, he would roll a 4. That doesn't get through Spookster's 5 defense. Spookster rolls a 3, which does not get through Scabs' defense either. So I think we just roll again, because it's even. Wait, no, yeah. So we just go again. And Scabs wins, because he rolls higher. I think that's how it works. A little confusing. I'll be sure to know for next time. Alright, TechBot A, Cosmic Boar. If an odd number is rolled, you learn your opponent's ability. I rolled a 6. So we're just a vanilla 2-3, which means he wins. Alright. So my opponent has 2 cards in their revive pod. I still had 2 cards in my revive pod, so you know what? I'm just gonna shuffle these, try not to pay attention to what's what. And we're just gonna pit the remaining 2 against these last 2. I guess would be the best way to do it. If an odd number is rolled, double your attack. We roll a 6. If an even number is rolled, triplet. So we're 9-4. Oh, but Scabs. Oh, I forgot we're up against Scabs. Alright. So here we go again. Let's just do the roll. So he rolled a 3, which means he gets it up to 4, which would bring me down to 0. I roll a 1, I lose. Scabs is totally about to reverse sweep this, isn't he? Gajora. Add my defense of the last card played from my graveyard, so he is a 4-8 once again. And then add number rolled to your attack. If a 6 is rolled, your opponent is swallowed. So he is a 4-5. for 8, so he goes down to 1 defense. He goes down to 4, so let's do this. 4 and 1. So that brings me down to 0. That brings him down to -2, so we win. Alright, it is up to Scabs. I'm just gonna have to... With this sleeve, I can't really sleeve the hollows anymore. It just makes it a little too obvious. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna roll the dice. 1 through 2 is the left card, 3 through 4 is middle, 4 through 6 is the right card. Alright, well, it's flip-flop, so it looks like we're... Oh, that's right, Scabs. Scabs overrides his ability, so we're not actually going to play rock, paper, scissors. We're going straight into melee again. So, let's see what happens here. He has more defense than me, so I'm going to have to, like, definitely roll a 6. I roll a 3. He rolls a 5 plus 1, which is 6, so he easily wins. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it's come down to... Scabs is so powerful. If I'm playing this right, which I believe I am, crazy powerful card. Alright. I don't know what either of these cards are, so we're just going to go like this and take the top. Alright, here we go. He's got 5 defense. At least we can potentially fend for ourselves. 3, 2 plus the 1, so he gets him down to a 2. And then he would get him down to... Oh god, what was the roll? Oh no. I think I rolled a 3? Shoot, I can't remember. I used the wrong dice. Or I actually have to redo this, unfortunately. I can't remember what I rolled. Alright, so he rolls a 6. He rolls a 5. So he would roll a 7 here, which would bring me down to -2. He rolls a 5, which would get him down to -1. So because of the re-roll, he freaking wins again. That's because I'm not paying attention. I don't remember what the roll was before it. Alright, this is it. It comes down to Scabs versus Gajora, which is a great card for this fight here because he now gets 5 defense. Oh, this could be the comeback I needed right here. So he is a 9 defense. Oh, but wait a minute. Goes straight to melee mode. Oh, man. So... the interesting interaction here is... So this is something I'd have to have clarified. When you go straight to melee mode, does that not take into account non-dice roll abilities? Like, would I just go straight to melee without Gajora using his ability? I believe it would. Yeah, because I think Ghoul would take precedence as an ability. So I don't think I actually get to add... Yeah, you definitely would not get to add your defense. Okay. Well, he's favored by +1 to his dice roll. It comes down to this roll. So essentially what needs to happen here is I need to roll a 4 or above, and he needs to roll a 3 or below for me to have a chance. Nice, we win. He gets +1 to his roll, which brings me down to 2 defense, and I get 5, which brings him down to -1. Wow, what a battle. Came down to the last card with Scabs almost reverse sweeping that. So only 1 hollow from those packs. Not bad odds though. If any of you that are lurking and chilling and watching, I don't know who's here by the way, but if you have any questions about I Am Champion, you know, what's going on, like what is actually happening here about the card game, let me know and I'll answer it for you guys. But otherwise, I'm just going to keep going here. I'm really just doing this just to have some fun opening the packs, and this helps spread the word a little bit. If anybody checks my archive streams, they can kind of see. This is how I am opening my packs lately, because you can get some fun content out of it, you can have some fun battling the cards, and also it helps if you don't typically battle people like in person or online. This is a good way to practice cards and abilities and like their interactions, because you are essentially playing the game against an opponent. It's just that it's in a different way. And you know, I just forgot that I didn't apply that buff flip-flop the hollow in the second round. That's okay. Alright, I'm hoping that we get a secret rare in one of these packs. I am still missing some secret rares. I'll bend on that card. Don't know if that was my doing. It's the only one that's bent, so I'm gonna say probably not. No big deal. Watch it be like the secret rare foil. Alright. Oh, nice. I got the goo worm on my side. So if an even number is rolled, I absorb. Oh, if an odd number is rolled, you learn your opponent's ability. So I think it's most important to probably use TechBot A first here. So we do not learn the ability. So this is very clear that goo worm is going to win. Rolls a 3. Easy victory. Big Bad and Astrobot. So Big Bad, add number rolled to your attack and defense. If a 1 is rolled, you become human. And reduce my attack and defense by half. And Astrobot, add your opponent's defense to your own defense. So he is a... So I'm assuming that means... Oh my god, I can't remember this ruling. If that means before the ability of Big Bad. So would that mean that he adds 4 to his defense to become a 4/6, or would that ability happen at the same time as a Big Bad? Where like if I roll a 4 and he becomes an 8/8, would he add 8 to his defense? Oh man, I can't remember what you do in this instance. This is why it's important to play solo like this, because then I learn when I play against other people. So both of these abilities happen the exact same time. So technically, Astrobot would check Big Bad at the exact time that he's rolling his ability and gaining stats. So I'm gonna go for the ruling that it will depend on what Big Bad rolls, but I'll have to hear back and see what they say. So let's do Big Bad first. He rolls a 1. Oh my god. So that means that he becomes a 2/2. Unfortunate. It's a really good card if you don't roll a 1. And then add your opponent's defense to your own defense. So he becomes a 4/4. I'm also 4/4, so we're rolling off here. We're rolling off again. Okay, this is... Oh my goodness, what the heck? Alright, keep going. I was gonna say, my goodness. Alright, we beat him by 1 attack. Ooh, I needed Mara. And I needed Shackler. That's excellent. These are 2 of the cards I was missing from Kickstarter. So that's good. Alright, I gotta read these. If a 5 or 6 is rolled, add +3 to your attack. If any other number is rolled, subtract 2 from your defense. And Mara, your opponent is unable to use their ability. Use their ability as your own. Wow, that's strong. Alright, so I'm a vanilla 5/3. Mara is now doing my roll. Rolls a 5. +3 to your attack, so Mara becomes a 5/3, and Shackler is also 5/3. Okay, here we go again. Nice. We win on that, though. Quite handedly. Good. Mara's strong. We don't want that coming back for future rounds. Dragon Boy, good. I needed more Dragon Boys. I only had 1 from Kickstarter. Bug Lord, switch your opponent's attack and defense. And Dragon Boy, double your defense if an odd number is rolled. Oh man, if a 1 is rolled, triple your defense. So once again, if these are interacting at the same time, I rolled a 6. So in this case, it actually doesn't do anything. Yeah, because unless you roll an odd number or a 1, nothing happens. So I am a 3/3. Bug Lord, since it's flipped, nothing happens. Bug Lord's a 4/3. That extra attack wins him the match. Tonic. Oh, I needed the fuzz. Very nice. That's one of the rares. Small little rarity symbols down here. So the fuzz says add number rolled to your attack. If your opponent has a 2 dice roll ability, they can only roll 1 die. Great stats on the fuzz. Really good card. But Catonic used their ability as their own. So he's also using my ability. So let's see what we roll here. I roll a 5, my opponent rolls a 3. So we're adding a 5 to my attack, so now I am a 7-3, and my opponent rolls a 3, which makes them an 8-6. So unfortunately, we are handedly defeated. That's unfortunate, because the fuzz is going to be a powerful card to deal with. Good, I needed another Bubba Monk. I only had one of those. Bubba Monk, add a number rolled to your defense. If your opponent has an attack above... What does that say? Above what? Above 8, add an additional 2 to your defense. And then Big Fluffy Bunny. If a 1 or 2 is rolled, Big Fluffy Bunny swallows your opponent whole. You win. If a 5 or 6 is rolled, add +2 to your defense of your next card played. Alright, so let's just re-roll this. If a 1 or 2 is rolled, Big Fluffy Bunny swallows your opponent. Oh no, Big Fluffy Bunny rolled a 2 and 8 Bubba Monk. Excellent card. Any card that has a 2 out of 6 chance of just instantly winning, I think, are some of the most powerful cards in the game. So that's it. No matter how much, this was a card with a ton of defense. We would have been a 3-10. But Fluffy Bunny rolled the 2 to devour us, so wow. I don't know, this might be the first round that I lose. Spookster, though, coming out strong. However, the Moogler, if he rolls a 1 or 2, he goes to the Revive Pod. So essentially, it's like, he essentially just wins. But I don't know the ruling on this, so if Moogler goes to the Revive Pod, and if Josh or Jesse watches this, they'll have to let me know. So if he goes to the Revive Pod, what happens to Spookster? Does he also go to the Revive Pod, or does he just... I'm assuming he just sits here and battles the next opponent. I think that's the ruling I would take, because it wouldn't make sense for him to go to the graveyard or the Revive Pod. He didn't win or lose. Moogler essentially just squeaked out a free win. Yeah, so that's the ruling we'll go with for now. Oh, he rolls a 2, so he just escapes to the Revive Pod. Can only be used once a game, though, it says. So that's the only time you can do it. Hey, buddy. Add your last card's defense to your next card's defense. Well, thankfully, he was only a 2 defense card, so we need to remember... I'm actually going to put this 2 here, that our next card gets 2 defense for our opponent. Your opponent's attack is reduced to 1 before their ability. We don't even got a roll here. Hey Buddy is defeated. Spookster goes to the Revive Pod. Alright, so this next champion for my opponent gets 2 defense. Oh boy. So let's see what we got here. So Colossalus hits my opponent with a heavy blow. Add number rolled to your attack. If a 1 is rolled, your armor malfunctions, subtract 4 from your defense. Alright, so he is a 5/8. Zara, if numbers 1 through 5 rolled, add 4 to your attack. If a 6 is rolled, -2 from defense. Let's do Zara first to see if we even have a chance of taking him down. We roll a 6. Ah, my drone betrayed me, and I'm now a 2/2. Colossalus easily wins here. Uh-oh. This ain't looking good for me. Alright, we got Banderzap and Flick Hunter. My opponent's Banderzap says if a 5 or 6 is rolled, your opponent's next card loses half of its attack and defense. Otherwise, it's just a 3/7. And Flick Hunter, reduce your opponent's defense by half before they use their ability. Add a number rolled to your attack. Okay, so it's rounded up, right? So that would be 4. Let me make sure I understand this right. So half, 3.5, rounded up to 4. So that would reduce it by 4, right? Not rounded down. Okay, no, yeah. So he would be a 3/4. Yeah, we always give the higher number. And then reduce your opponent's before they use their ability. Add number rolled to your attack. Alright. So 3/4. And he is a 5-3. We get him down to -1. He takes us to 0. So that's it. We just squeaked that out. That was a close one. Alright, I got 1 left here in my deck. Which I guess what we have to do now is shuffle my opponent's Revive Pod, since they are out of cards. Because of the Moogler. It's actually an interesting interaction. I've never had this happen before where we have to take this approach. Going up against Buglord is Hive Queen. Reduce the attack and defense of your opponent's next card played by half. Well, I'll have to try and remember that. Switch your opponent's attack and defense. So Hive Queen is now a 3-5, going up against a 4-3. Unfortunately for Buglord, doing that flip actually just won me that match. Alright, so we need to remember the next card played by opponent. Attack and defense are half. Alright, let's shuffle. I shuffled this already, right? We'll just do another quick cut. Alright, so my opponent has 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I am in position here to win. But we saw what happened last time with Scabs. Alright, so half and half for this. Nice, that's a good card to hit half and half on. So the Fuzz becomes a 3-3. And Shackler, if a 5 or 6 is rolled, add 3 to your attack. If any other numbers rolled, subtract 2 from your defense. Add number rolled to your attack if your opponent has a 2 dice roll. Okay, so let's do this first. Let's do Fuzz. A 1. So that means he is a, I said a 3-3, right? So he is now a 4-3. Shackler. We do have to roll here though. If 5 or 6 is rolled, add 3 to your attack. If any other number is rolled, subtract 2 from your defense. So he is... Oh my god. He is a 5-1, 4-3. Right? Hold on. Let me make sure I'm doing this math right. 4-3, we said he was. And a 5-1. Yeah, I think that's right. Wow. What an interesting interaction. So that's Graveyard for Shackler. Revive Pod for Fuzz. Feel like the comeback could be coming. Alright, so Moogler has already used his Runaway. So now he is just a vanilla 2-2. Now he's no longer as good. So yeah, Flick just automatically wins because his stats are high enough to win that for him. Uh-oh. Alright, well, let's just do Big Fluffy Bunny to get this out of the way. Rolls a 5, add 2 to your defense of your next card played. So let me just do this here so I remember. So he is still a 2-3. And Big Bad rolls a 3, which means he is a 7-7, easily defeating Fluffy Bunny. But the next card here gets 2 from my opponent on their defense. Oh. What a card to get 2 on your defense. Alright, so let me just make sure I remember this 2 here. So he is a 5-8. But boo, your opponent's attack is reduced to 1 before they use their ability. So Colossalus is now a 1-8. Add number rolled to your attack. 4. So that means he is a 5-8. If a 1 is rolled, your armor functions. Yeah. 5-8 versus 4-5. Oh. Man, Colossalus taking me down. Alright. That means that we are down to my final 2 cards for my opponent in their Revive Pod. And my final 2 cards here, which are shuffled already, so I'm just going to leave them as they are. But I'm going to do this, and we're going to roll. A 1 through 3 will be left card, and 4 through 6 will be right card. Alright, so we're doing left card first. Hive Queen. Reduce the attack and defense of your opponent's next card played by half. That is really good considering I know what card is coming up for my opponent. And add number rolled to your attack if your opponent has 2 dice roll, blah, blah, blah. Alright, so it is... Yeah, it is just automatic death for Hive Queen. But this next card is reduced by half attack and defense. Oh my goodness, what a matchup. Okay. So, Goo Worm. So he is now a 3/3 because we're rounding up, so he would be a 2.5, which would bring it up to a 3. So 3, 3. Add number rolled to your attack for one is rolled your mind. Okay. Then Goo Worm. Alright, so let's do Goo Worm first. Oh, we rolled a 6, instantly devouring the opponent. Colossalus doesn't even get to react to the graveyard. That means we are down to the final card for my opponent here, and I am going to... No, you know what we'll do? We'll do the roll. You know how it goes. 4 means that we do middle card. And it's the Goo Worm. Alright, so we're a 6/5 up against a 5/6. Even stat distribution here. Let's see what Goo Worm gets first. Gets the 4, which means if an even number is rolled, you absorb your opponent's dice roll and add it to your own attack. Alright, so whatever the fuzz rolls here. Rolls a 4, which means the fuzz is a vanilla 5/6, adding 4 attack to Goo Worm for a 10/5, meaning that we take out the fuzz at negative 4 HP. Wow, that was another good battle. 3-0. What's up, Fries? Yeah, I'm just having fun finding a new way to open packs. Kind of battling my quote-unquote opponent's packs. So far, I'm 3-0. Which is kind of impressive because it's definitely not 100% sided towards you as the player. Because there's a lot of things that can make the opponent win. Alright. No foils in those packs. But yeah, if you have any questions, what's going on, I don't know if you caught the other I Am Champion videos at all. It's essentially like a dice rolling stat-based game with just simple stuff. Attack stat, defense stat. Abilities that use dice rolls typically to add or subtract or do things to attack and defense, and whoever reaches 0 HP first essentially loses. So what I'm doing is I'm just opening a pack, one for me and one for my opponent, and just battle them 10v10. Make sure, those of you that are watching live, to make sure you like the video. YouTube definitely suppresses the algorithm on these small little live streams I do, so the likes help the algorithm know that people are watching and engaging, and it might recommend it to 1 or 2 more people tonight, whoever the heck is up this late. Okay, spreading the word on this card game, which is definitely one of my new favorite card games, is what my main goal is with these videos and streams, because I want to see it grow, because I want to continue to see them come out with new cards so I can keep collecting and playing. I don't want to see the community die for this game, because right now it is very small, it is very indie. Yeah, the only downside would be my camera is just simply not close enough or clear enough to pick up the card text for people to read. In the future, I want to set up something a bit more clear, potentially, for people. Alright, here we go. Bob the Blob and Blee Blue. So, my cards, my opponent's cards. Blee Blue. Use the ability of your opponent's last played card. Well, that sucks for me because that's meaningless because there was no last played card. Bob the Blob. He grows uncontrollably. Double the number rolled and add it to your attack. Well, Blee Blue is definitely dead. That's way more attack than I have defense. Flip-flop and Cosmonaut. Well, flip-flop sends us straight into rock, paper, scissors, so the rules once again, 1 through 2 is rock, 3 through 4 is paper, and 5 and 6 is scissors. So I am blue, yellow. So I get rock, and Cosmonaut gets paper this time, defeating flip-flop. Not a good start for me here. Oh, nice. My house rules of getting a galactic rare adds +1/+1 to the stats of Dual Gazer, making him a 4/5. The bowler, though, is really interesting. Your opponent is unable to attack. Roll a die. Oh my god. They get... I can't believe I'm playing against this card right now myself. Roll a die. Just listen. This is a really cool card interaction. Like, it gives you a good idea of how this game works. So his ability is make a bet. You roll 1 die. It says your opponent is unable to attack. They get 2 chances to guess what number you will roll. If they do, they win. If they don't, they die. Alright, so how am I going to do this against myself? So the way that this card works is you roll and guess. You don't roll and get 2 guesses. You roll, guess, alright? So I'm going to go with the first one being my lucky number, which is 3. Alright, so I'm going to say that this roll is going to be 3. If I don't get it right, I get 1 more shot. 4. Alright, I got 1 more chance, otherwise I lose. I'm going to go with 3 again. It is my lucky number. I got to go with it. It's a 1. I'm dead. Oh boy. Dual Gazer. Did not have a foil of this. I mean, I don't have a foil of most cards. I am 0-3 on this battle right now, so we're going to have to make some comebacks here. We're going to need a really good card. I'm out my foil, so... Warhog and Vermin. Alright, so Warhog, your opponent is showered with missiles. Roll both dice. Add the higher number to your attack. So I roll 2 dice. You can see it's represented by 2 dice ability. How far am I from a full set? I'm still missing a handful of the like really rare cards, and I'm actually still missing a couple commons and uncommons, but not too much. So this is the first edition cards that you can order on their website right now. Kickstarter, I'm definitely still missing a handful of cards, which I'll probably never be able to get because only so many people bought Kickstarter, right? There's only so many cards to go around. But for first edition, I would imagine, like in due time, I'll probably get closer to a full set with that if I continue to buy packs and do these pack battles. Alright, so he rolled a 4, so that means that he is now, we're adding the higher roll to my attack, so he is now a 9/5. Vermin, add number rolled to your attack. If a 1 is rolled, roll again. Add that number to your opponent's attack. It's a funny card. He rolled a 2, so he is a 7/6. I am a 9/5, so we win. Finally. Getting a little worried there. Dr. Pyro and Shadowfang. Dr. Pyro, add number rolled to your attack. He's a 1/5. Shadowfang, add number rolled to your attack. If a 6 is rolled, your opponent is poisoned, you win. If a 1 is rolled, alright, so we better roll Shadowfang first. He rolls a 2. So he becomes a 5/5. Dr. Pyro needs a 5 or above here. He gets a 4, of course. So we're both 5/5, which means this next roll determines it. We both rolled a 6. Alright, here we go again. I got the 6, they got the 2. Very nice. Shadowfang defeated. We go into Revive Pod. Comeback is starting. Fierce Jelly and Hey Buddy. Alright, so Hey Buddy adds my last card's defense to my next card's defense, which means that we are adding, 5 defense. Alright, let me make note of this. 5 defense to the next card. And Fierce Jelly would negate a dice roll if they had a 2 dice roll ability, which they don't, so he's just a 2/2. Which means that he wins because he has 3 attack. We go down to -1, he goes to 0. So that was easy. Alright, so this card gets 5 defense, so it is a 2/8. And I get Hey Buddy, okay. So my last card was unfortunately Fierce Jelly, which means I just need to make sure I remember this. So we don't even got to do the roll here. Alright, yeah, we don't even got to do the roll. But if an odd number is rolled, you learn your opponent's ability. So I actually do need to roll this because he would use Hey Buddy again. Man, what are the chances of this combo happening in something like this? Okay, it's a 2, thank goodness. So he handedly wins. I'm defeated. But we're adding a 2 to the defense of this card. So he now is a 4/4. Chicken. Alright, so Gekon. Add number rolled to your defense. I got a 4. So that is a 4/8 chicken. 2 dice roll, add number rolled to your attack. 9, so he is 11/6. Right, so 4/8. Yes, he easily wins. Oh boy. It's getting a little dire here. We're going to need a big boy card coming up here. Bug Lord. Switch your opponent's attack and defense. Galadon. If an even number is rolled, add +5 to your attack. If an odd number is rolled, add +5 to your defense. Oh man, what a card to get Bug Lord against. Alright, let's see. We get a 5. So we rolled an odd number, which means I get +5 to my defense, which makes him a 3/8, but it's flipped, so he is an 8/3. Oh my goodness. Okay, so 8/3. -5 for me, -1 for him. Man, that was not a card we wanted to be flipping stats on. Okay. I think this might be the first match I lose. We need a big card right here. And that is not the card I wanted. Okay. It's not looking good. Sam. 4/3, rolls a 4, which adds +1 to his attack. So he is a 5/3, and toast. If a 1, 2, or 3 is rolled, add +3 to your attack. And he rolls a 3, of course, so he is a 5/3. We are also a 5/3. We're going into the roll-off. We got a double 1. 2 and 4. Oh no, I really needed that win. Alright. Well, it ain't looking good. I got absolutely destroyed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards in the revive pod for my opponent. I have 2 cards, and they're admittedly not the best, but there's still a chance here. Alright, since there are only 2 cards, we're just going to roll 1 through 3 for left, 4 through 6 for right. Warhog is up first. Alright, Warhog, rolling 2 dice. I take the higher number and add it to my attack, so he becomes an 8/5. I feel like Warhog is going to be the one that we need to take these guys down, so 8/5. Cosmonaut says you have 3 chances to roll a double number. If you do, gain +6 to your defense. Okay, so let me just think about this here for a second. Even if he added 6 to his defense, making him a 3/8, it still wouldn't be enough to take out the 2 defense here, and I have 8 attack. So even if he rolled what he needed, it would still lose, so into the graveyard he goes. I guess the best way to deal with this is we'll roll to see if we shuffle to the other card or not. So a 1 through 3 will keep him in, 4 through 6 we bring in Dr. Pyro. Alright, we keep him in. Come on, Warhog. Bob the Blob. Bob, a goo monster, uncontrollably grows into a mega blob. Double the number rolled and add it to your attack. Okay. We need you to stay nice and low, Bob. 2. Double the number, so 4. So he becomes a 5/2. Which brings him down to a -3. So he has no chance. He's defeated. Alright. Roll again to see if Warhog stays in. It's a 2. He stays in. Come on, Warhog. Oh god, no. I forgot about this. Alright. Your opponent is unable to attack. Roll a die. They get 2 chances to guess what number you will roll. If they do, they win. If they don't, they die. Alright. I need your guys' help. Roth, if you're still here, I need you to pick the first number. What number do you want me to pick? 1 through 6. The dice needs to be that number. And Fries, I need you to pick a number as well if you're here. 1 through 6, pick a number. Roth picks a 3. We'll go with it and see what happens. Prize picks a 4. Alright. So first roll needs to be a 3, second roll needs to be a 4. That's a 1. Alright. Last chance. Needs to be a 4. Oh, it's a 4. Fries with the freaking guess. Thank you, Fries. Cannot believe we actually won that. The chances are not in our favor. Alright. So if I guess, I win. So goodbye, bowler. Warhog. Is he going to stay in? He is not. We are rotating him out for Dr. Pyro. Why am I doing this? Because technically, I'm supposed to shuffle, I guess. I don't know. Well, am I doing this right? I mean, I guess technically after I win, he would go into the revive pod and then Dr. Pyro would come in. So you know what? I might have been doing this a little bit wrong, but it's okay. Essentially, like, if they win, they go back and forth. So whatever, it's fine. No big deal. Alright, Dr. Pyro versus TechBot A. So Dr. Pyro is a 1-5, add number rolled to attack. 1 dice roll. TechBot A. If an odd number is rolled, you learn your opponent's ability and use that ability as your own. Oh boy. Alright, we actually need TechBot A to not roll an odd. He rolls a 2. He's a 2-3. Alright. Come on, Pyro. We need you to roll high. He rolls a 2, so he becomes a 3-5. Defeating TechBot A, since he's only a 2-3. Very nice. So that means he goes to Revive Pod, and... I mean, so if he goes to Revive Pod... What would the rolling on this be? He wins, goes to Revive Pod, and then I would take... I actually don't know the best way, what you're supposed to do here. Maybe I do like the way of rolling to decide if the card stays in when it comes to this situation. I don't know. I'm actually not sure. Maybe they just keep shuffling? Because technically when you go to the Revive Pod, and then once you have no more cards to play, you would shuffle... Well, actually, yeah, you would shuffle your Revive Pod to decide what the next card is. So I guess the dice roll actually is the way that you're supposed to do this, now that I think about it, because he would go here, right? He would be in the Revive Pod too. And then it would shuffle to determine who comes out next. I'm not... We'll roll to decide. So 1 through 3, Dr. Pyro stays in. 3, so he stays in. Alright, who's next? Oh god. This is not good. I forgot about Chicken. Alright. So Chicken has a double dice roll. Add number rolled to your attack. If Snake Eyes is rolled, you lose half of your defense. So we need Chicken to roll like a 1 and a 2. There's really no other way, and I need Dr. Pyro to roll a 5 or above. Alright, so let's see. What does Chicken roll? Please be low. Oh man, almost had it. So he rolls a 5, which makes him a 7-6. Yeah, it's over for us. Yeah, no matter what we roll here. Yeah. Oh boy, alright. So, Warhog is my last card. He can do it though. He's powerful enough to take down everybody, if he rolls right. Galadon. Alright, let's do Warhog first. Oh, that's perfect. Alright, well, we're not adding both, we're just picking the higher, which is, of course, 5. So he is a 10-5. Galadon, if an even number is rolled, add 5 to your attack. If an odd number is rolled, add 5 to your defense. He rolls a 4. So he is a 8-3. I'm a 10-5. So that means we win. Alright. Come on, Warhog. Okay, we can do this. Okay, it's behind. Oh, we get the higher roll, so we are a 11-5. This guy has no chance, I don't think. Actually, no, he doesn't. Yeah, he has no chance, because even if I got a +3 and made him a 5-5, my 11 attack would destroy Mr. Toast. Dead. Alright. What is the last card? I don't remember. Oh no. Oh, that is not good. Oh god. Now I know why this card is called Hey Buddy, because it's like, hey, you forgot about me. I'm here to ruin your game. Alright, so just to remind you guys, Hey Buddy. He is a 3-2, so he is weak. He is pretty much essentially meant to lose. He's not really designed to win by himself. But what he does is he adds his last card's defense to the next card. The next card is gonna be chicken. Alright? So he is adding 3 defense from Mr. Toast to the next card. So we're not even gonna roll here because he does definitely lose. But that means that Mr. Toast's 3 defense is added to chicken, which makes chicken right now a 2-9. Okay. This is dramatic. Man, these matches are intense. All right, so we're gonna do chicken's roll first, just because it's easier for me to kind of like, you know, do the math on the fly for myself here. We're looking for a double snake eye. We're looking for snake eyes, which will make his attack and defense half. All right. Otherwise, he adds the roll to his attack, which we need to be low, because he can go astronomically high here. Oh no. I think it's over. He rolled an 11. Which means, yeah, it's over. That is the one roll he could have rolled to keep him in this. Right? So 11 would bring him up to 13 attack, which puts me at -8. So even if I roll here and take the higher number, which would have been the 5, bringing him down to, I would be a 10-5. It would bring him down to -4. Darn. That was a good game though. That was close. I almost had the comeback. That was super close. So I am 3-1, finally defeated. Yeah, I tried my best, but I was no match for myself, indeed. No foils in those packs. Seems like my earlier... Oh, sorry, there was a foil. Dual Gazer. Add number roll to your attack. Roll again. If you get an odd number, add additional +2 to your attack. That's pretty good. So you roll a 6. Brings you up to a 9. You roll again. You can become an 11-4 with Dual Gazer. Yeah, Warhog almost came back. Alright. Let's do one more pack battle, and then I think I'm ready for bed. You got 2 more packs. Still hoping for like a really good Void Rare Galactic Hollow, or Galactic Void Rare, I guess we'll call it. Or a Secret Rare would be awesome from these packs. So left side is my packs. How is the music level, by the way? Is it pretty much just right for you guys? Not too loud, not too low. I don't want it to be overpowering, as long as you can hear it. Alright, here we go. It's not like we're playing a best of 3 or a best of 5 or anything. Best of 5 would take a little too long. Alright, let's see what we got. Phantom Boogie, great card. Captain Brash, also a great card. Alright, so my Brash. Add number rolled to your attack. If a 1 is rolled, your glove malfunctions. You lose half your defense. No roll is added. Alright, so we get a 2, unfortunately, which means we were an 8-6. Phantom Boogie has 2 ability choices. So the way this works is to make up the mind of my opponent, I essentially 1 through 3 is top ability, 4 through 6 is bottom ability to decide what they use. So they roll a 3, which means top ability. Opponent's blood is sucked into the mind. Add number rolled to your attack. So he gets a double dice roll added to attack, which is actually kind of crazy. 6, 7, 8. So he is an 8-8, and I am an 8-6, which means we are defeated. He beat us out by 2. That was a good roll. Oh, good. I needed Twilight Assassin. Did not get that in Kickstarter, and that's an uncommon. Alright, so let's decide what the ability is. It's a 3, so he is using Stealth Attack. I gotta read this. It's kind of small. You sneak up behind your opponent and attack. If a 1, 2, or 3 is rolled, add +3 to your attack. However, Spookster, before your opponent uses their ability, reduce their attack to 1. So that means he is a 1-5 right now. And he rolls a 3, which adds +3 to his attack, so that means he is a 4-5. Spookster is also a 4-5, which means that we got to do a roll-off here. Melee mode. They're both 1-1 on defense. Alright, here, I don't know what it is tonight with these matching rolls on this. They roll a 3, I roll a 1, we're defeated. Looks like it's going to be another tough one because they have some great cards. Alright, I get Beastmaster. Use your dice roll as your attack. It's a double dice roll, 0-5 for stats. So let's see what we roll. A 5 and a 3, so we're an 8-5. Gemini Invaders. Add number rolled to your attack. If you lose, use this card again on your next match. This ability can only be used once. That's such a great card. Rolls a 1. So it is a 4-4, which means it is definitely defeated. Which means we go into the revive pod. But they stay in. It is used again. They get a second chance. Oh, awesome. I need a Dragonaut. This is a Void Rare. Second highest rarity in the game. After this are Secret Rares, which are really hard to get. Great card. So, Dragonaut wears powerful armor to protect herself. Add number rolled to your defense. Dragonaut's attack cannot be reduced. So, pretty strong stat line at a 7-3, so we're going to roll here and see what we're adding to our defense. 6. So, 7, 9. Quite handedly, definitely defeating this. Which is good, because if we would have rolled a 1... Well, actually, hold on. Let's do this. Actually went up on the other dice. It almost rolled a 6. So 4, adding that to my attack. So 7, 4. But we have 3 defense. They have -3. So just to show you how that plays out. It's a good thing I have that card, because that is a card that can carry me. Oh, Toe. Total Chaos. Your opponent must place their current champion in their revive pod and pick another card at random. Oh my god. Toe. So, okay, how would this work, right? Because Partisan X says add number rolled to the attack and defense of your next card played. So I'm assuming since both of these abilities take place at the same time, we still do the Partisan X roll. At least that'll be my ruling on it. Oh no. So we're adding a 6 to the attack and defense of the next card. I think Partisan X is actually fantastic. But Partisan X goes into their revive pod, which is crazy. And another card is picked at random. Well, these cards are random, but you know what I'll do just to keep in the sake of random, true random? We'll shuffle this again. Your opponent must place their current champion in the revive pod and pick another card at random. Wait a minute, though. Wait a minute. How would this work? Oh, man, I would need a ruling on this as well. Sometimes the card interactions in here can be a little, like, you know, you're not sure how to do it. Would Partisan X get his dice roll at the same time as Toe sends him into the revive pod? think it does, because technically both abilities happen at the exact same time, which would mean that Partisan gets the roll off and Toe gets the revive pod sending off at the exact same time. So this next card is getting a 6 to its attack and defense, and I'm assuming Toe stays in, or does he go to the revive pod? Toe is a weird card. I'm actually not sure how you would do this interaction. Would he stay in? No, he definitely goes to the revive pod. Because if he stayed in, that means he'd keep sending their cards to the revive pod. Yeah, what am I even thinking? Yeah, we put him in the revive pod. Can this only be used once a game? Huh. Wouldn't this just be completely... Toe is a strange one. Alright, let's see what we get. Sam, 6/6 becoming a 10/8. Yeah, Sam has no chance, he's just dead. Thank you, Partisan X. Super powerful card. Magus X. So he... it says Magus X shoots light rays from his eyes, blinding your opponent, leaving them unable to use their ability. So that means that Toxic Drac is just a vanilla 2/3. Magus X is a 4/5, one of the best cards in the game in my opinion. So he just wins because the stats are not even close. Oh no, he's back. Alright, we go straight into melee mode, and if I remember what I was trying to think of with this last time, we're essentially just rolling to reduce each other's defense first. So I have 2 defense, he has 4. He gets a 6, but he gets a +1 to his roll because of his ability. 7, leaving me at -5. Right, is this how this works? Yes. Yeah. -5, and then I get him down to -2. Scabs is a card that can just carry hard. What's up, Zeus? Oh, well, I get a version of my own. The better version, actually, with Fletcher. He is essentially just a better Scabs. We do the same thing. You and your opponent go straight to melee mode. Do not even do Mr. Toast's ability. Gotta move these cards up a little bit. So I roll a 2, he rolls a 2. Getting him down to a 1, he gets me down to a 3. Well, arguably better. He doesn't get the +1 benefit. So he gets me down to a 3, I said, and I get him down to a 1, I said, I believe. And yes, he is dead. Got a counter of my own. Alright, my final card versus Ace Trooper. Sentinel, stand your ground and open fire. If an even number is rolled, add +3 to your attack and defense. He gets a odd number, so he's a 4/4. And then Ape Trooper, if your opponent rolls an odd number, add +4 to your attack. If they roll an even number, well, I rolled an odd, so he is an 8/4, which means I'm dead. Alright, so I am out of cards, which means we need to take my revive pod and shuffle it. I am down to 4 cards, and they have quite a lot, so it's not looking good. Alright, here we go. Fletcher. Fletcher can make this a comeback, though. We go straight, we don't even look at his ability, we go straight to melee mode. We are both 5/5s, which means whoever has the higher roll here wins. And I have the higher roll, so we win. Fletcher goes to revive pod. And now we need to shuffle my opponent's revive pod. Alright, Beastmaster, 0/5, double dice roll, add to my attack. Get a 10, so we're a 10/5. So I rolled an odd number, which means that he gets If your opponent rolls an odd number, plus 4 to your attack. So he is an 8-4. I am a 10-5, which means Beastmaster wins. Alright, not bad, not bad. I feel like my champions that I have can take me through this. Nice. Oh no! Not Magus X. Uh-oh. Okay, but, so I can't use my ability, which makes Magus X a vanilla 4-5. My 7 attack gets him down to a -2. His 4 gets me down to a -1, which means I win by raw stats alone. Thank you, Magus X. So defeated and revive pod. Man, I had some strong champions left, though. I have to say, this is... What? Not Toe again. Your opponent must place their current champion in their revive pod and pick another card at random. Wouldn't Toe just make an endless loop? Man, what a card. I'm not sure what I think of Toe. Alright, so Twilight Assassin would get his ability off at the same time, but none of these cards do anything besides add attack, right? Yeah. So he would just go to Revive Pod, and so would Toe. And we shuffle again. I guess he would go here, and I shuffle my ends. Man, these are some crazy interactions. Scabs and Dragonaut. Alright. We go straight into melee mode. He gets +1 to his roll, so 3 defense, 4 defense. I rolled a 6, which brings him down to a -2. He rolls a 5, but he gets a +1 to his roll, which means he gets a 6, which would actually get me down to a -3. Scabs wins. Right? Just to make sure. 6. -2. 5 plus his ability to get +1 on his roll. Makes that a 6 roll as well, which would bring me down to a -3. Man, I can't believe that. Alright. That's not good. Dragonaut was definitely one of my carries. Toe is back. What a dumb card. And, oh no, not Partisan X rematch. This is the worst rematch for Toe. Because Partisan X, the ruling that I am giving it, that I have been using here, is that Partisan X gets his roll. So once again, Partisan X rolls 1 die. The dice roll adds those stats in attack and defense to the next card played. He rolls a 4, which means the next card is getting a buff of +4/+4. And Partisan X goes to the Revive Pod. I hope this is how Toe is supposed to be played. Or are the bundles all the same 30 cards? You get different ones. They are different. They will give you a mix of cards. It's never guaranteed what you're going to get. You'll get plenty of cards to guarantee that you'll be able to play against, you know, yourself or friends or online or whatever you're going to do. All right, +4/+4 to Octopod. Toe again? Come on now. Oh wait, that's right. Wait, did I shuffle my cards? Shoot, I don't remember. Did I shuffle my cards after that Toe interaction? I don't think I did. Right? Did I just put Toe on top? I think I did. Right, Toe should have went to Revive Pod like this, and then I should have pulled one of these cards. I think I just placed them on top of my deck, if I remember right. So we'll do this. Alright, Beastmaster. He's pretty decent, but an 8/6. If an odd number is rolled, as +3 to your offense. If an even number is rolled, +1 to your defense. Odd number, so he is an 11/6 Octopod. Goodness gracious. We're gonna have to roll double 6s here. 6. So I'm a 6/5. He is an 11/6. We're dead. I think it's over. I think it is over. Oh, Fletcher, though. I forgot about Fletcher. Fletcher can definitely do some work here. Alright, so Phantom Boogie. 0. Oh, he has 8 defense. I have 5 defense. Let's see what we get. Ouch. Alright, so I bring him down to a 7. He brings me down to a 2. He needs to roll a 1. I rolled a 1, unfortunately. We are defeated. Fletcher was one of my last hopes. Fanta Boogie goes into the revive pod, and I don't know how this is gonna work. There's no way I can win, unfortunately, but we'll let him go out with a bang. Alright, so here's how Toe would work, I think, in this instance. So we shuffle our cards. Their abilities go off at the same time. Twilight Assassin gets sent to the revive pod, and then the next card is played. But then wouldn't he just keep sending the card to the revive pod? Wait, you know what? I think the way Toe is meant to be played, now that I read this and like see this scenario, because if Toe is your last card left, like what do you do? I'm thinking the way he's supposed to work is he sends the card that was in play to the revive pod. Their ability probably does not go off, like Partisan X. And then they bring in another card, and that battles Toe. Toe becomes a 4/3 vanilla that goes up against the next card. I think that is actually how it's supposed to work. Either way, it's a confusing as hell card, but I think I understand it now. So, like, yeah. This guy would not do his dice roll like I had been letting him do the whole game, which definitely wrecked me. And I could have potentially made a comeback if it wasn't for that. He would just go into the revive pod, not do any abilities. This card would come out, be able to use his ability, and Toe is a 4/3. What a terrible card. What the heck? Is this card just designed to lose you games? Oh my goodness, I think it is. Toe is designed to lose you games. Oh man, he totally is. I kind of like that design though, I have to say. I like that there are cards that can actually be detrimental for you. You actually want him to lose. So yeah, this game definitely got a little messed up. I'm not sure if I played this out. I definitely did not play this out correctly. Yeah, that is definitely the interaction. It is a card that helps your opponent win, essentially. It's like giving the card that was in play a free victory, and then another chance to have a free victory against Toe, because his stats kind of suck. So Toe is really a card that is designed around this kind of play where it's just random. I don't know what I'm going to get in my deck. So if my opponent gets this, it helps me. If I get this, it helps my opponent. It's actually kind of great design. I like that. So in these random situations, it adds some spice to the game. I'm pretty sure other people have already asked about Toe, and they probably gave an answer. But honestly, that is my interpretation. I think this card is actually designed to hurt you if you play it. It's not the kind of card you'd ever put in your deck. It's the kind of card that you would random, like if you made a random deck, or if you were playing solo mode in arcade mode or something, and you happened to run into this card, it's just one of those random luck of the draw kind of cards. Flavor text on Toe, he actually doesn't have flavor text, because he has typically these cards with a lot of text don't have flavor text. The ones where they can kind of fit it in there because there's not a lot of text, they add flavor text to it. Yeah. So I won 3, the opponent won 2. I guess if we were doing best of 5, then I still would win. But that's pretty interesting interactions. So I have 1 extra pack, like in terms of the pack battle things, I have 1 pack extra, which means that there would be like an odd number of packs. So how about we just crack open the last pack just for the fun of it to make it even. Let's see what we got. Super fun way to open packs though. I mean, look at that. I've been streaming for almost 2 hours, like an hour and 45 minutes. And I have made, how many packs? 5 battles, so 10 packs. I've made 10 packs last almost 2 hours. It's definitely a great way to get value out of your pack openings with this card game. And then if you had a friend or a family member and you each took a pack, then you can battle each other. Like, you would really get some... I think of this as like draft. This is like blind pack draft of I Am Champion. Super fun. I just randomly came up with it. I thought of this idea actually while the game was still on Kickstarter and not released yet, because it just seemed like the kind of format that would work for this game. Alright, let's just see what we got. So we get Boggler. Oh, nice. I actually needed Digsby. There's a card for you. Sorry, you couldn't even see that I was holding it. Wrong camera. Your opponent must roll a die. If they roll an odd number, add +2 to your defense. If they roll an even number, subtract 2 from your defense. Terrible card. Terrible. But, you know, sometimes you need terrible cards. Mondo Borge. Ooh, I see a Galactic Rare poking through. Hopefully we get something I don't have. Void Rare, perhaps. Fisheye. Dual Gazer. Where's that hollow? Dual Gazer and Stargazer right after. This is a great card. Alright, let's see. Is this the hollow? It is. Let's see what color symbol I get. What is that? Oh, it's a rare. Okay, that's good. It's not a void rare and it's not a secret rare. I Am Lost. I don't know whose flavor text that is. Distraction 2/3. Oh, it's Mara. Nice. It's a good one. I didn't have Mara before tonight, so I got a hollow and a non-hollow version of the card now. I do like the way the hollows look in this. And our rare non-hollow is Captain Brash. Yeah, well, people try and organize things in the Discord, Zeus, so if you want to play, make sure you join their Discord, because people, like, there's fun little things, like Josh, the co-creator of the game, put up like a game where you can battle his like set of 5 champions and see if you can take it down kind of thing. Yeah, there's some fun stuff going on in there. So, like, definitely I would not recommend getting, well, I mean, I would just say if you're getting cards, definitely join the Discord, because it'll keep you way more invested and interested in the game when you're playing along with a community that's also playing. So there's our hollows for tonight. Out of 10 packs, or 11 packs, we pulled 5 hollows, so 1 and 2 odds, not too bad. Do I think Blue Genie was a 1 of 1? No, I don't think so. I just think that other people have opened it but haven't said anything. Because there are people out there that have... Yeah, right, there's like just under 200 people that back the Kickstarter. There's definitely not 200 people in Kickstarter sharing their pulls. So you definitely got some little Billies and little Sarahs like that open that card up and have no idea that they're sitting on something super rare. So anyway, that was fun. Thank you to those of you that showed up to hang out and watch. Even though I feel... Hold on, where is my mouse? This damn shit blocking my... There we go. You know what? Let's do one more. Let's do one more. Why not? I got time to do one more. Since we got more of you in here now. I'm feeling the void rare. I'm gonna dig down in the packs though. I'm gonna go from the bottom of the stack. Let's go from the middle here. Take these. Take one here and one from here, all the way on the bottom. Okay, let's shuffle mine. Let's do this. Gotta keep reminding myself to put my cards a little higher up for you guys. Thing is, once I run out of these packs, I won't be able to keep making these streams or videos that I do for this, so can't do everything in one night, you know. I've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, did I miscount my packs? What the hell? How do I have 7 packs? Did I actually have an even number? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, what the hell? I apparently did have an even number? Huh. Well, now I'm... I definitely just messed that up. Oh well. Well, I have enough to do 3 more pack battles, so who knows. Maybe I'll turn those last ones into videos at some point. But I also did want to just crack these packs open to see what I have so I can build some new decks and work with what I didn't have. There's still, I think, yes, I am still missing cards. I bought these first edition cards because I was really hoping that the cards I was missing, which weren't even like super rare cards, there were some uncommons actually that I still need and haven't gotten somehow. The Fuzz and Scabs. Alright, Scabs. We're going straight into melee mode. Fuzz has a 6 though. He gets a +1 to his roll, so Scabs would need to roll a 6 to take out Fuzz right here, right now, for me. He rolls a 2, but his roll gets a +1 to a 3, so he's down to 3. He goes down to 2. 3, 2. Nice. We take out the Fuzz. Good one to get rid of. Toxic Drac and Gekon. Add number rolled to your attack for Drac. So he is a 5-3. Add number rolled to your defense for Gekon. 2, so he is a 4-4. So we win here. Make sure I'm putting these cards up higher. Good. I needed a second Phyllis. I only had one of those for some reason, or 2 of them. I was using it in all my decks because I think it's one of the best commons. Alright, so if a 4, 5, or 6 is rolled for Phyllis here, add +5 to my attack. If a 1, 2, 3 is rolled, add +2 to your attack. Super good card. Yeah, exactly. If you buff Toe by mistake, you're kind of ruining your own deck. Alright, so we add +5 to my attack since I rolled a 4, so I am now a 9-6. And Power Glove here, add number rolled to your attack. If a 1 is rolled, your glove malfunctions and you lose half your defense. He rolls a 3, so he is a 9-6 as well. So that means we are going off into a roll-off here, or a melee mode. Higher number wins. I roll a 3, he rolls a 2. We win. Not a bad start. Oh no! Oh, Toe is back. Alright, well, we know the new rulings on this card, right? So, your opponent must place their current champion in their revive pod and pick another card at random. So I will, you know, in spirit of being random, we will just re-randomize the cards. 5-3. Let's see. So I do actually have to roll with Shackler because he has a chance if I roll anything other than a 5 or 6, I lose 2 from my defense, making him a 5-1. So actually, Toe has a chance of defeating me here, which, please, that's actually good. You actually do not want Toe to win because if Toe goes into his revive pod, he will put another champion of mine into the revive pod later. So we actually want to roll in this instance. Man, Toe is actually becoming one of my favorite cards for moments like this, where you actually want your opponent to win because it's like a free revive pod in the future. So I roll a 3, which puts my defense down to a 1, so I'm a 5-1. Toe is a 4-3, which means that he puts me down to -3. I put him down to -2. So he wins. Yeah, that's definitely not a card you want to see win. What if Toe goes against a Toe? In that case, I think both Toes would just be put into their revive pod, and you just draw another card at random. The chance of that happening, though, seems extremely low. Alright, so Vigor is fine. One of the weakest cards in the game, but he still has a chance here. If an even number is rolled, add +3 to your attack, making him a 4-2. He rolls a 4, so he does become a 4-2. Mantoid here has 2 abilities, so let's roll to figure out which one. 1 through 3 is first ability. He uses second ability. That's small text, hold on. If a 1 or 2 is rolled, your opponent is eaten and slowly digested, you win. If a 5 or 6 is rolled, your stomach explodes and you die. We roll a 4. Wow, we dodged that ability entirely, so it actually does nothing. So he is just a vanilla 5-2. We are a 4-2, which means that we bring him down to a -2. He brings us down to a -3. He wins. That was close, though. Pickaxe. Oh, nice. I need a pickaxe, Pat. Alright, we got a new void rare that I needed. So this is like the second highest rarity outside of the secret rares. Pickaxe Pat, great card. So he has a double dice roll ability. It says Pat slams his weapon into your opponent's skull. Add a number rolled to your attack. If a double 6 is rolled, you win. So we add... He is, first of all, 5-6 is a great stat line, and you're adding 2 dice rolls to your attack with a very slim chance of actually just straight up winning. 4-4. So he is 13-6. Gromgar, add number rolled to attack. If an odd number is rolled, double that number, which can also snowball out of control. He rolls a 2. Yeah, he's just dead. Pickaxe Pat. It's a great card. Glad I finally pulled him. Crawler and Gridlock. Crawler. Your opponent is swarmed by creepy crawlers. If a 1, 2, or 3 is rolled, add +4 to your attack. And Gridlock, add number rolled to your attack. 3. So that means we had +4, so we are a 6-4. Let me just do this so I don't forget. 6-4. And add number roll to your attack. Oh no, he is a 10-2. So we get him down to a -4. He gets us down to a -6, so he wins. Damn. Good roll. Oh no, they have a Divine Spectre. So that means that this is the, probably the only Void Rare in the pack, and I pulled the Void Rare, so we shouldn't see any more super powerful Void Rares. So Divine Spectre becomes essentially Dr. Pyro, same attack, same defense, and ability. But you might be like, well, what's so good about that? Well, don't forget that you can play a deck where you buff your next card. So imagine if Divine Spectre copied Dr. Pyro, they both become like a mirror match. But say I played Hey Buddy. That takes the previous card's defense and adds it to your next one. So let's just say I added 5 defense to Divine Spectre. That is incredibly powerful because now it is a 1-5 versus a 1-10. Right? So that just shows you how powerful Divine Spectre is. Alright, so here we go. We're rolling to add... It's just 1-5, 1-5. We're rolling to add to attack. So pretty much whoever gets the higher roll here wins. And we get a 1, so we are dead. Divine Spectre lives. Octopod versus Gillman. If they end up making the Solo Story expansion, it'll be fun if they add boss cards that have crazy abilities and you need to defeat multiple cards. Yeah, I have high hopes for story mode. It's one of the main reasons I was very excited, because any card game where you can like sit and play by yourself to keep busy and have fun and stream it and everything is something I look forward to. I think they're gonna knock story mode out of the park. I think they have a lot of fun things planned for that. I envision it as like a dungeon where you move through spaces and like there's certain cards or chances where you can get like little power-ups, like, oh, add +2 to your attack of your next card, or sacrifice a card to gain 5 attack on your next fight, or something like that. I think it'll be good. Alright, so Octopod, add number rolled. If an odd number is rolled, add +3 to your attack. If an even number is rolled, add +1 to your defense. So we roll a 6. So that means that he is a 4-3. Gilman, if a 4, 5, or 6 is rolled, add +4 to your attack. So 4-3, 4-3. Yeah, we need him to roll a 1, 2, or 3. He rolls a 4. So that means he defeats Octopod. Alright, so it's down to their last card. I gotta reshuffle mine. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the revive pod. So a pretty good chance. Let's see what we get. Phil Slug versus Cyber 1. So Cyber 1, let's decide what ability is used. 6 is rolled, they're using the bottom ability. If a 4, 5, or 6 is rolled, add +3 to your attack. Rolls a 5, so it is now a 7-6. I am a 4-6. If a 4, 5, or 6 is rolled, add +5 to your attack. I rolled a 2, which means I'm adding +2 to my attack, so I am a 6-6, they're 7-6. They defeat me by 1. Darn. Cyber 1 is a good card. Alright, we shuffle their revive pod. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. We gotta have a comeback. I do have Pickaxe Pete, but don't forget they have Divine Spectre, which means they can copy my Pickaxe Pete, which would certainly be quite an interesting fight. Toxic Drac versus Mantoid. Add number roll to your attack for Drac. He gets a 1, so he has a 3-3. We gotta decide what we're rolling here, so he gets a 2. He's using top ability. Mantoid's Saliva dissolves your opponent's armor. If the number rolled is odd, add +3 to your attack. So, yeah, he is just dead. Drac is dead. His stats can't compete with it. Is Toe dead? Toe is not dead. So actually, yeah, that's a good point. I forgot about that. Toe can help me win still. Alright. Scabs and Cyber 1. So we go straight into melee. We don't do any abilities. So 4 defense, 6 defense. We got quite a bit to take down here, but I get a +1 to my roll. So 3 brings him down to a 3. Sometimes I gotta do this to help me keep track. He gets a 1, which brings me down to a 3. Alright, next roll here will determine it. Anybody that rolls a 4 or above, or a 3 or above wins. Oops. I get a 3, he gets a 6. Meaning that I am defeated. Not good, not good. Alright. Oh, there's Pat. Not against Divine Spectre, which is good. So we know how Pat works. We double roll our dice. We roll a 5, so we are a 10-6. Gridlock adds number rolled to his attack. He rolls a 2. We defeat him. Grime and Divine Spectre. Alright, so Divine Spectre is a 3-5, same as me. If an odd number is rolled, add +4 to your attack. If an even number is rolled, add +1 to your attack. I roll a 6, he rolls a 6. So that means we are both adding +1 to our attack, so we're both a 4-5, so that means we are going into the melee mode. I roll a 2, he rolls a 4, bringing me down to a 1. And then he goes down to a 3. We really need to defeat this with Divine Spectre here. I roll a 2, bringing him down to a 1. He rolls a 3, bringing me down to -2. I was pretty scared of this Divine Spectre. Alright, this is my last card. Pickaxe Pat is going to have to carry us through 5 cards. Here we go. He can do it, though. Okay. So this is an interesting interaction. Why couldn't Toe come up last card? So he would send Pickaxe Pat to the revive pod, and then I'd have to pick a new card at random, which would be Pickaxe Pat, because it's my only card left, so that means it's Pickaxe Pat versus Toe. However, unfortunately for Toe, Pickaxe Pat is just too strong and defeats him regardless. Gilman. Alright, let's do my roll first to see if we roll the insta-kill. Double 6. We get a 6 and a 5, so close. But that brings me up to 16 attack. There is no way that Gilman can defeat that. So there we go. It is down to their final 3 cards. The only scary one here is Divine Spectre. We're going to have to overcome Divine Spectre. I guess in this case, doing the dice roll to decide which card it is, just in case people are like, oh, you're keeping track of which card. So 5 is 3rd card, Mantoid. So we'll do Pat first. He rolls a 9, bringing him up to a 14-6. Mantoid, we get a roll for his ability. He can actually win. He rolls a 5, which is not good. This is not good, because this is the move that can kill me no matter what. So his bottom ability is Devour. If a 1 or 2 is rolled, your opponent is eaten and slowly digested, you win. If a 5 or 6 is rolled, your stomach explodes, you die. He has a 2 in 6 chance of just winning right now. And this is how the game is designed. Like, there are cards that are weak-ish, like Mantoid. He's a common. But as you can see, he can still take down one of the most powerful cards in the game. Comes down to the luck of the dice. And it's going to come down to this roll. Do it nice and high up. He gets a 3. Goodbye, Mantoid. Alright. We'll do the roll of the dice to determine which card 1 through 3 is left. It's a 4, so it is the right card. Cyber 1. Boy, we're whittling this down to the very last card. Alright, so we know how it goes. He gets a 9. 14-6 again. Which, let's be real here, there's no chance for Cyber 1. He is just dead. My rolls are too high. If I rolled double 1s, then it would be a different story. Then we'd actually roll. It comes down to the matchup that I was worried about. Pickaxe Pat versus Divine Spectre. Divine Spectre becomes Pickaxe Pat. It pretty much just is whoever rolls a double 6 or whoever rolls higher wins the game. Here we go. Oh no, I rolled a 3 and he rolled an 8. It's over. Divine Spectre wins. But man, what a finale to that match. Super fun. So, I won 3 games and my opponent won 3. It's a tie. Man. I almost feel like we need to do a tiebreaker. Like a one card showdown where we just like shuffle everything. Right? We got to do a 1 card tiebreaker. Or like a 3 card tiebreaker. How about we do this? We're just going to take all the cards. I think a 3v3 feels like a fair thing to do, right? We're just going to take everything that I pulled tonight. I think some of these were from tonight, whatever. Some of these might have been from another night, but we're just going to do some cuts here. We don't know what the heck is in here. We're just going to cut the cards. All right, I'll take 1 card here for me, 1 card here for my opponent. Cut it, move it around a little bit. One for me, 1 for my opponent. We'll do 1 more for my opponent right here. Alright, this is the tiebreaker. Imagine I get Pickaxe Pat from all those cards. Split the extra 7th pack. That is true, that is true. But the only problem with that would be there will be cards in there that are like way more powerful than others, right? So like in a pack you're usually guaranteed something quite strong with the rarer cards, and then you're always going to get commons. So I feel like in a 5v5 situation like that, somebody will definitely just probably be guaranteed the win. But I like your idea. What do you guys think? Do I just do the 3v3 super random from the collection, or use the extra pack and do a 5v5? I'm fine with either of them. Just make sure. I could swear that I had an extra pack. the extra pack. Alright. I like your idea. You know what? Just for fun, let's flip this and see what the matchup would have been. Captain Brash, great card. Flick Hunter, pretty good. Ace Trooper, pretty good. My opponent would have had Gilman, Crawler, and oh, man. Okay, yeah, I probably would have been dead because Sepulture would have revived from the graveyard. That would have been pretty bad. Alright. We will split the final pack as the tiebreaker. It's actually a good idea. We won't do the hollow rules, though, with the +1/+1, because I've honestly been forgetting to do that anyway. Ooh. Oh, I don't know if this means something. This is one of the foil stickers. These are from Kickstarter packs. I could have something crazy in here, unless they just ran out of one sticker and put the other one in there. That could mean something. You know, if Josh or Jesse is watching this, in the future, you know what would be really fun? Is you put in a variant of a sticker like this. So when people open the pack and they see like a special sticker, they're like, oh shoot, there's something good in here. Like maybe it signifies a secret rare, or heck, even a signed card, or like a little goodie, like some kind of variant of a card of some sort. Or maybe you get 2 foil cards or 3 foil cards in this pack. I think you can actually do some cool stuff with the stickers. I'll have to bring that up. Alright, here we go. Let's see if that sticker means anything. I'm gonna say probably not. You never know. Alright. Feels like a good enough shuffle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, let's see what we're up against. Oh, another Pickaxe Pat. Not bad at all. And I actually need a Dark Reaper too. I know I pulled one of those earlier, but that is one of the cards I was missing. Alright, so here's an interesting thing. Dark Reaper. He has 2 abilities. His first ability, add number rolled to your attack. If you have a roll-off, Dark Reaper automatically wins. So that means if we get into that phase where like we're kind of in a tie and we do a roll-off, he just wins. But we got to roll here to figure out which move he's going to use, because I have to choose. The second one is your opponent's defense is reduced by half, which is... that could win him... Well, actually, no, I don't think he has any chance. But we got to roll here to see what he's going to do. He gets a 4, which means he uses the bottom ability, which means my defense is a 3. I'm going to roll here just for the heck of it. We roll a 3, which means an 8, so that means he goes down to -4. I am a 0. So we do win that. Pat to carry us through. Gorbo. Add number rolled to your attack or defense. If you don't like your roll, you may roll again. Can only be used once a turn. Alright, so let's do that. Well, you gotta do this at the same time. He rolls a 3, which means he adds +3 to his attack. So he is a 7/2. And I can add this to my attack. If I were to make this a 6 attack, that would bring him down to a -4. He would bring me down to a -5. I gotta reroll. I'm gonna choose to reroll. And I get a 1. I'm screwed. I'm dead. I might have been able to survive that with a better roll. Ooh. We got a hollow. Good thing I'm not going with the hollow rule that I said. Not a void rare, not a secret rare. Brick for the opponent here. If an odd number is rolled, add +3 to your attack. If an even number is rolled, add +5 to your attack. He rolls a 1, which means he gets +3, so he is a 5/5. I need to roll a 5 or a 6 on Shackler, otherwise he becomes a 5/1. It's a 2, so he is a 5/1. 5/5, he easily wins. Vector. If an odd number is rolled, I double my attack. If an even number is rolled, I triple. So he becomes a 6/4. Astrobot, add your opponent's defense to your own defense. So he becomes a 4/6. I'm a 6/4, so I would get him down to 0. He would get me down to 0, so we do a roll-off. We're melee mode. I roll a 5, he rolls a 2. Lucky. I needed some backup for Pat. Alright, final card reveals here. Phantom Boogie, great card for me. A little bit of a nick on the card down there. That's okay. And Boggler. So, let's see here. Add number rolled to your defense. If a 1 is rolled, you lose. Man, that's pretty bad. So, just to be safe here, I'm just going to go with Bloodsucker, which lets me roll twice to add to my attack. It's a 6, so I'm a 6/8. Yeah, he has no chance. He's just dead. Bad card for my opponent to get. So, now we roll to decide which cards are chosen. So me on the left first, I have 3, my opponent has 2. 4 is rolled, which means that we do middle card. Phantom Boogie. And for my opponent, 5 is rolled, which means right card. Alright. So if an odd number is rolled, add +3 to your attack. If an even number is rolled. So he's going to be very attack heavy. I'm just going to have to go... I'm just going to go Bloodsucker and see if I can roll above a 5. So I rolled a 3 and a 3, which makes me a 6/8. He rolls a 6, which makes him a 8/5. So he would bring me down to 0. I would bring him down to -1. Oh wait, hold on. No, hold on. I'm reading this wrong. If an odd number is rolled, if an even number is rolled, he adds +5. So he's actually a 7/5. So he doesn't defeat me. I defeat him. Almost did the add roll to attack thing there. All right, let me sleeve him up. It's looking really good for me. I definitely got the better cards for sure. No doubt about that. Alright, their last card is Octopod. Well, I hate to be real here, but I don't think they can win with this. There's just no way. I rolled a 2, which means we're bringing out Vector. He rolls a 1, which is an odd number. He's a 6/4, bringing him down to a -4, and me down to 0, and I win. There we go. Tiebreaker is broken. My last 2 cards, I mean, let's be real. There was no way he was getting through Pickaxe, Pat, and Phantom Boogie, probably. So, wow. Great little tiebreaker. Thank you guys for coming out and hanging out and watching tonight. I've been waiting since my last video for these to rip these open. I just decided to do it as a stream last minute. If Josh and Jesse, either of them watch, appreciate you guys watching, of course. And I'm sure you're probably going crazy watching me do the wrong rulings earlier, but that's okay. The more I play this, the more I do these kind of streams and videos, the better I'll learn how the abilities interact. But that was fun. 3 and 3 with a tiebreaker. Some good cards pulled too. Happy with my pulls. I'm still missing some cards. Man, there's still some uncommons that I still do not have. It's actually kind of baffling me. I really hope I get them in my last packs. Anyway, you guys have a good night. Thank you for coming out to the little secret TCG stream. Now let me figure out how to end this stream.